Hello students, in this video we are going to discuss question number 21 to 30 of isomerism from Advanced Problems in Organic Chemistry for JEE by MS Chauhan book. In question number 21 we have binephthal and we have a 3D structure of binephthal here. If we closely look this structure, it will look like this. So there is no plane of symmetry or no inverse symmetry present for this molecule. Okay. So if there is no sigma symmetry or asymmetry present, the molecule has to be optically active in nature. Okay, but there is no chiral center present in the molecule. So binephthal is an example of chiral molecule without having any chiral center. So it is an optically active compound without having any chiral center. So option D should be the correct option. In question number 22, which of the following pairs of compounds is a pair of enantiomer? So enantiomers are non-superimposable mirror image. So if we closely look option B, the first molecule will look like this. We have methyl above the plane, hydrogen below the plane, and in the second molecule we have hydrogen above the plane, methyl below the plane. And if we take a mirror image of this molecule, it will definitely look like this: CH3H and HCH3. So this is a molecule. So these two molecules are mirror image to each other, and definitely it is not possible to have superimposable mirror image. So that's why option B should be the correct option for a pair of enantiomers. So option B should be the correct option for question number 22. In question number 23, the maximum number of stereoisomers that could exist for the following compound below. Okay, so if we see the number of chiral center present, so here we have chiral center number 1, chiral center number 2, chiral center number 3 and chiral center number 4. But we can draw a structure where sigma symmetry must be present. Sigma symmetry must be present. So we can directly apply the formula, which is total number of molecule, total number of stereoisomer. It is 2 to the power n minus 1 plus 2 to the power n by 2 minus 1, where n is number of chiral center and n must be even. So here we have even number of chiral center, so we can directly apply this formula. That should be 2 to the power 4 minus 1 plus 2 to the power 4 by 2 minus 1, so it will be 2 cube plus 2 to the power 2 to the power 1, so 8 plus 2, so total number of stereoisomers are 10. So option C should be the correct option. In question number 24, the following pair of compounds is best described as. If we see these two molecules, they are not mirror image to each other. Okay, so if they are not mirror image to each other, there are two possibilities. One is diastereomer, another is constitutional isomers. In diastereomers, we have two molecules with same linkage, but they are not mirror image to each other. But here we have different linkages. So if linkages are different and they are not mirror image to each other, so it should be constitutional isomers. So A, B, C, none of them is possible. So option D should be the correct option because they are constitutional isomer. Okay. In question number 25, determine the absolute configuration for the labeled carbon A and B. Okay, so if we take the B carbon first, and if we apply the simple approach, we can draw a chiral center like this, and by applying the CIP rule, we can have 4 different priorities here. So chlorine is the first priority, H is the second priority, this bond is above the plane, so, and this bond is below the plane. So now below the plane bond is a higher priority because chlorine is attached in that bond. So this is priority B and this is priority C. Now if we draw a simple form of the fissure, we can have this kind of situation, and this is a R configuration. Okay, so the center B is R configuration in nature. Next, if we closely look the second part of the molecule, we can have a chiral center like this for A. This is C, this is B, and if we draw the same fissure projection, it will again become R in nature. Okay, so A center is R, B center is also R, so option A should be the correct option for question number 25. In question number 26, which of the structures A to D will be produced if a ring flip occurs in the following compound in chair form? Okay, so we all know that during the ring flip, the above the plane bonds will remain in above the plane. Only thing which will happen is the axial bond will become equatorial and the equatorial bond will become axial. Here we have three bonds in the initial compound and all of them are below the plane. So after the ring flip, all of them must be present below the plane. But in option A, we have two bonds which is above the plane. This is not possible. Here we have three bonds below the plane, so this can be our answer. Here we have one bond above the plane. Again, this is not possible. Here we have another one bond above the plane. So option A, C, and D is not possible. We don't have to perform the actual ring flip here, because in ring flip we have to consider two things. First of all, the bond should be present in the same side. Above the plane will remain in above the plane, below the plane will remain in below the plane. Only by this factor we can choose our answer, and option B should be our answer in this case. So in question number 26, option B should be the correct option. In question number 27, which of the following compound is most stable? So in chair form of cyclohexane, we know that if we put the functional groups in the equatorial position, it will be more stabilizing compared to if we put the functional group in the axial position, due to in the axial position we have 1,3 diaxial interaction. So we can remove option B or option C, because in both of them we have axial bonds present. In option A and option D we have equatorial bonds. Okay, but in option A we have sin like situation and they are in same side, so there is a chance of steric hindrance here. But here in option D we have two functional groups opposite to each other and they are very far from each other. Maximum distance is in option D. So here two methyl groups are present at the most at the maximum distance which is possible in cyclohexane, which is a most stable situation in this case. So in question number 27, option D should be the correct option. In question number 28, which is the most stable chair form of this compound? So again we have one methyl group and one ethyl group in 1 and 4 position and they are same side to each other. So if we closely look that here we have below the plane, here we have above the plane, so this is not possible. Both are above the plane, this is possible. One is below the plane, one is above the plane, this is not possible. Another is below the plane and above the plane, this is not possible. So here also we can find our correct answer by only seeing the position of the axial or equatorial bond, it is above the plane or below the plane. In option B only, we have both the functional group ethine and methyl present in the same site. Okay, so if we closely look this 2D molecule, we can see that methyl and ethyl, they are present above the plane, so they are present in the same site. So in option B we can find the same situation. So for question number 28, option B should be the correct option. In question number 29, which pair of salts should have identical solubilities in methanol? So in this case we can solve this question like this. The isomers will have the same type of solubility. Okay, isomers will have the same type of solubilities in methanol or in any solvents. So in the set 1 we have two molecules which are If we solve by RS nomenclature, it will become S, and again it will become S. And in option 4, again if we perform the RS nomenclature, it will become R and R. So this first molecule and this molecule, they are enantiomer to each other, and again this molecule and this molecule, they are also enantiomer to each other. So enantiomer will have the same type of solubility in any solvent. So for question number 29, option A should be the correct option. In question number 30, the following compound differ in respect of. Okay, so the question number 30, we have two molecules and they are enantiomer to each other. Why? Because if we draw this molecule like this, we have a 6-member ring. We can apply the number for in 1 we have oxygen, in 2 we have CH2OH, so this is in above the plane, and below the plane we have hydrogen. So we can just draw the functional group CH2OH. We are not drawing hydrogen. Again in 3 we have OH, in 4 we have another OH, in 5 we have another OH, in 6 we have another OH above the plane. Now if we put a mirror in this way, see, we can generate this second molecule. So we have mirror image relationship. So in mirror image relationship we have two things. One is homer, another is enantiomer, but they are not superimposable mirror image. So these two are enantiomer. And the thing is that in enantiomer, if one is dextrorotatory, another one will be levorotatory by default. By nature this is possible, and if dextrorotatory is showing plus x degree and levorotatory will show the same value with the opposite direction, that is minus x degree. So the direction in which they rotate plane of polarized light, that will become different. So in option 30, in question 30, option C should be the correct option. Thank you for watching.